It is now 12:08, meeting of the Town of Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency's Governance Committee. Following members are present: Mr. Callahan, Mr. Tusky, Mr. Scheit, Mr. Trotter, Mr. Braun, and by Zoom, Mr. Pallett. Our minutes of our meeting of July 19th, 2023 have been sent to everyone. A motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions, corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Hi, okay, sorry, I'm paying attention now. We have one item on the agenda unless anybody else has anything that they want to bring up. At our last meeting, we talked about possibly updating our mission statement to include energy projects and or housing projects. And we said, let's discuss it at a governance committee meeting, and here we are. Thoughts?
Floor is open.
Do you want me to read our current mission statement? Would that help the discussion?
Sure.
Okay. Our mission statement is: the mission of the Town of Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency is to improve the quality of life for Brookhaven town residents by promoting and assisting the growth of businesses that will increase employment opportunities, increase the commercial tax base, and are sensitive to the quality of the environment. To accomplish our mission, we will aggressively market to companies currently located within the town, as well as those organizations external to the town, utilizing the various incentives available to the IDA, specifically sales tax and mortgage reporting tax exemptions, real estate tax abatements, and the ability to issue lower cost tax exempt and taxable bonds. Does
It's
anyone?
still applicable.
Yes, it's still, as it stands, it's fine, but there has been some discussion that if this board wants to continue to do, let's say, housing projects or support energy projects, I'm not going to limit it just to renewable, but energy projects in general, that it should be acknowledged in our mission statement.
Absolutely, and we obviously have had many projects, so
Yes.
to incorporate these, I think.
It doesn't say in here anywhere that, commercial warehouse, we don't really delineate the projects that we would support.
Well, when you talk about energy, I think that, especially today, it's important to do that. And certainly housing is a huge issue that, that's facing the county and the town and everybody. So, for us to have an emphasis on it, I think, reflects our sensitivity to, the environment that we're in and what's going on. So I think those are good thoughts.
And both of those areas are not areas, energy and housing are not what people conventionally think of.
Correct.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I guess that one of the questions is, do we want to be specific? I mean, we have solar and wind projects that we closed a number of BESS or battery energy storage projects. And did we ever close a fuel cell? Or that? So
I would caution against being specific
Yeah.
because I don't know what's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
but I mean,
energy,
and
Well,
energy or
we can have-
whatever, general topic. would be-
we shouldn't say renewables, because technically, at least a fuel cell is not
Not necessarily.
renewable.
Well,
Correct.
that's why I said
Yeah,
energy.
energy.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, this board can keep this way back when.
Yeah.
It was an energy project. So, and you're good with us not adding specifically industrial, commercial, just say, so what if we say
No, I don't think.
to accomplish our mission, we will aggressively market to companies currently located within the town. So we could say currently market to companies, including housing and energy companies,
Energy
Sure.
related.
including but not limited to.
We will refine the language.
Yeah,
And bring it back to the next meeting.
Council, you
Okay,
got
so
a
we're
better
not
way to say those things.
We'll vote on it.
We know, hold on, we have to vote on the mission statement and measurement report because it has to go into Paris. It's not to say that we couldn't do it at the March meeting, but we can't kick this too far down. We can either accept it the way it is and then redo it,
I don't think it's gonna be that complicated to do it. So
I would
why don't
just
we
let our attorneys.
Yeah, and we'll
add
bring
the
it back in
language
March,
and bring it
Okay.
back in March.
so we can adopt it and submit it to Paris by the end of March.
Okay.
Does that work? for Everybody?
Good.
Sure. Okay. Any other business to be brought before the governance committee? Huh? Any motion to adjourn?
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Thank you,
Opposed?
everybody.
Next, we'll move into the local development corporation. It is now 12:14. This is a meeting of the town of Brookhaven Local Development Corporation. The following board members are present: Mr. Callahan, Mr. Polakowski, Ms. Shank, Mr. Trotter, Mr. Braun, and by Zoom, Mr. Powell. Minutes of our most recent meeting, January 23rd, 2024, sent to everyone. Motion to accept those.
So move.
Second.
Question? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Lori, I'll turn it over to you for the CFO.
So I did a December 31st report showing our annual financial results that are currently, we're in the process of the audit. It's pretty much wrapped up and I don't think they'll have any changes on the LDC. But I compared the year to actual, we're actually a little behind on income because we had some terminations, document processing. And our expenses, well, overall are under what we budgeted. We had a couple of areas where it was a little over, and that's just due to office expenses. The help also this year was, of course, the interest rates. We budgeted 3,000, we almost pulled in 20,000 in LDC. So overall, it's operating in a net loss, but it's a little less than what we budgeted. Are there any questions on LDC financial statements? And the auditor will be presenting at our next meeting. We want to.
Questions, for Lori? I need a motion to accept her report.
So move. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The only other item that I have for this agenda is our organizational resolution number 1. There were some changes to our staffing that need to be reflected in this resolution, and so that's the only item that we have. That's the only change that I'm proposing for this resolution.
Somebody care to move that?
Motion?
Second.
Second.
Question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anything else?
Well, you know what? Maybe we should do this now just for continuity. Mitch, you had mentioned that March 27th is problematic for you.
Yes, I will not be in the country on March 27th. So even Zoom is not possible. We'll be on our way to Japan, my wife and I. So that day I was supposed to leave on the 28th, but then they moved it to the 27th. So that's when I found out we wasn't going to work.
How is that for everybody else?
The 27th?
Okay.
Good question.
Oh, well,
27th.
Well, it's on the 27th now. We have to move.
Correct.
I'll be approved.
about April 2nd or 3rd.
So
We
no,
need it.
we have to move back,
Oh.
not forward.
We get everything done for Paris.
Let me see what my wife what day is so far. So that week is Easter.
Well, let's look at the week.
Easter's in March.
Let's
so-
look at the week before.
It's the 30th is Easter.
Yeah,
31st.
so the week before, it's 1.
So you're saying the week of the 8th?
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
And here's the other thing is we can't push it too far forward because we need the audit. So we're a little bit.
Monday or Tuesday of that week?
The 26th?
18th or 19th.
26th or
No, no,
Tuesday.
it's 26.
So it is in Lincoln?
The 25th or 26th would work for me. That's not a problem.
25 or 26.
If you want to go backwards.
Let's put the
And
26th
Fred, let's put the 26th.
at 12. 12 o'clock, all right?
What day did you pick?
26 noon.
26th? Okay. Good for me.
I'll invite Mickey to do it.
You can zoom in.
I'll come visit you. Not far.
I'm on a cruise.
Oh, okay, you're not like going to Disney and all in.
We need a motion to establish that meeting on the 24th, move the meeting to the 27th to the 26th. Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Anything else, please?
No, that's all I know.
Motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion. Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now, 12:19. Meeting of the Town of Brookhaven Industrial Development Agency. All the members present, Mr. Callahan, Mr. Tusky, Mr. Shea, Mr. Trotter, Mr. Braun, by Zoom, Mr. Talley.
Mr. Broad, this is an opportunity to be part. I'll ask you. That work?
Can you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go,
Okay.
I need a motion to go into executive session.
Start. We're good, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. To discuss,
Personnel,
personnel and, potential lawsuits.
motion,
So moved.
Motion, second.
second. Josh, you'll give Mitch a call.
Okay.
I need a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Yes.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve organizational resolutions 1 through 5.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
We need a resolution to approve organizational resolution 38.
I'll move it.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You.
And we need a resolution to ratify the personnel agreement as discussed.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I don't think I missed anything.
Okay. That's where I would do that. Okay. That's fine. All right. The minutes of our meeting of January 23rd, 2024 have been circulated to everyone. Motion to accept those.
So moved.
Second. Second. Questions? Corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Lori, turn it over to you.
Okay, included in your package is the IDA profit and loss budget versus actual for the year ending December 31st, 2023. Our audit is in progress, but pretty much we completed the numbers, so this part of it, I'm pretty confident with the numbers. So I'll just go through the comparison to budget for the year. Our revenue is up, and that's because of some of the project closings we had, Sunrise Wind specifically. We had 12 project closings in the current year. I think we've all gotten this card from Dean that list out our projects closed. Also, our termination fees and our late pilot payment, sales tax, document processing, all that goes into income other. That's slightly down from the other years. Also, just as far as costs go, I want to mention 2 costs that were above budget, and that was the the other employee benefits, and that's all based on the adjustments that we get from the New York State Department ERS, and that's because they have an actuarial valuation. So it's not a direct cost, it's something that we just have to approve for. And the other thing is the fixed asset depreciation, and that's because of the additional equipment we purchased because we separated from the town. And lastly, I want to mention our investment earnings is above budget by almost 340-something thousand, and that's because we got a higher interest rate on our account. So again, at the next meeting, the audit will be presented by the external auditors for inclusion in our Paris report. Any questions on the financials?
Investment numbers, incredible.
Starting route to
I have to go back, but I think there were some years where we didn't have that much fees, so now we're earning that much.
And the interest rate. I also want to read our standard language for payments. All payroll taxes and related withholdings have been paid timely according to federal and state guidelines. All regulatory reports have been filed in a timely fashion. All state regulatory pilot payments have been made in accordance with state guidelines in a timely fashion.
And for pilot, that means within 30 days of receipt.
Yeah.
Any questions for Lori? Hearing none, motion to accept her report.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is an application for our project JCAD. They have a subtenant called RMI Road Marking. Just to remind everybody, this is a multi-tenant project on Blue Point Road in Holtzville. They have 3 current subtenants, and they have an application in for RMI Road Markings to take about 500 square feet. They're going to be running a road marking business. It's a 3-year lease. The current 3 tenants have been making their job creation numbers, so this is a little bit more. RMI Road Marking has 4 full-time frontline employees, and their application says they're going to add 4 more. And only item with this is subject to review of their sublease. We got a copy of their sublease, had a couple of things that Howard wasn't comfortable with, so I'm going to ask you to approve this application. And later on in the agenda, we're going to pass the resolution, but we might as well just do it all at once, with the caveat that the sublease needs some attention. Howard, did you want to add anything?
Remind everybody that they'll be signing a tenant agency compliance agreement as well. And I have to have a discussion with the attorney as to approval of their lender for the sublease, because I believe it's required under their mortgage, but I'll deal with him on that.
Any questions?
A motion to accept the application.
And pass the resolution.
Thank you.
So,
Second,
second.
question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is an application for Brookhaven Solar Invest. This is a project between Coast Energy and Ion. They currently have the BLSF project with us that closed at the end of last year, I think. The plan is to construct a 1.5 megawatt solar farm consisting of 2,704 modules at the town's Holtzville Ecology site. It's actually going to be on the old landfill. They have a 30-year lease with the town. It's an approximately $1.9 million project. They anticipate to create over 2 million kilowatts of power in the first year, and their application indicates that that's enough to power about 250 homes, which is sizable. And they have an award from PSE&G, and the energy is going to be available to low and moderate income customers. They basically get a discount on their electric bill, which is nice.
They have to apply for it.
Right, you have to apply for it, but if you are eligible and
So
you
a
apply
community
for it,
solar would do that.
yeah, so that's a nice
It is.
option. They have requested a pilot for 30 years, which is a deviation, also sales tax and mortgage recording tax. I think Daniel is on.
He is.
There. So if anybody has questions about Daniel, and if not, we don't have to. I will say one thing though, I told them yesterday, we need some updates on the BLS insurance, and they're working on that. So, yeah, and the insurance has a couple of issues with it. So,
When would this be completed?
He did it stuff in spring.
yeah, it was very quick. Bring Daniel in.
Yeah.
Just,
Would you bring him in, James? I can't see if anybody else is on.
He's coming in.
Yeah, but surprising. Daniel, can you unmute yourself?
No?
That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. We just switched.
That's good.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tell us a little bit about the project.
Sure. So first of all, cheers from Austria. I take a little break from the United States, hitting the slopes in Sölden, Austria. That's where I'm calling you from. It's 7:30, and I appreciate you having me on. Thanks for taking my project into consideration. We got an award from PCG Long Island under the Feed-in Tariff Community Solar Program FIT 5. The project will qualify to give moderate low-income participants a better electricity rate under the PCG community program. We also at this point already received Department of Environmental Conservation approval for this project, as it was a former landfill. I think the town of Brookhaven acquired this project or the landfill back in the 30s, as it was used to be a dumpster, and now we got the approval from Department of Environmental Conservation New York to build a solar facility on it. All these information are, I believe, part of the package. And yeah, we are ready to move forward with the construction, hopefully beginning of April, mid-April to build this project. It's going to take 2 to 3 months to build a 1.5 megawatt solar array, and then PCG Long Island can connect to the public electric grid. Right at the site, there's a 3-phase line that was utilized for an old gas fire plant at the facility. So it's an easy interconnection process that we're looking at.
Very quick turnaround from April to 2 months. So, yeah. 3 months, right? Excellent.
Daniel, a question for you or anybody else in the room for that matter. Is PSE&G still looking to expand their purchase power agreements for more solar?
Excuse me, sir. On that facility, you mean?
No, for additional facilities on Long Island. Is PSE&G looking to expand the purchase power agreements?
So currently we have the Brookhaven landfill under construction. That's a 9 megawatt project. We have 3 carports, talking about my developments, 3 carport projects. Then we have the project that we're talking about right now. And PSE Long Island told me that they're not interested in facilitating more solar projects, as they believe the wind parks in Long Island are coming to fruition. I'm not 100% sure if that's happening or not, but for right now, we do not have more incentives to go with PCG Long Island under any other solar feed-in tariff program. What's available right now is the NYSERDA New York Sun, which I'm talking to Suffolk County right now. We have Lawrence Aviation, Port Jefferson Station as a project under development. So DEC has demolished the buildings, and we hope that we by the end of the year, early next year, we can start construction on that facility. And any future solar development for right now in Brookhaven or in Suffolk County would be under a community solar program, which is basically incentivized by New York Sun NYSERDA program, the state. So to answer the question, PCG Long Island does not incentivize solar right now, as it stands.
Any other questions, Daniel?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Need a motion to accept the
So moved.
second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you,
Good luck,
Daniel.
Daniel.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is organizational resolution number 24. These are the annual incentive goals that we put together, and they are similar to what we had last year, with the one change Oh, no, I have it right here, sorry. The couple of little changes that we're suggesting is to add a focus on housing, a focus on energy projects, yep, and also to add a caveat that there should be a personal performance piece of it as well. So those are the, there's slight changes, the percentage is adjusted a little bit, but that's basically the overall.
With the pool established at 75,000. Motion,
So moved.
Second.
other questions? All those in favor?
I,
Vote. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is an update to our health insurance resolution. You approved this at our January meeting, but as we were talking to New York State, Night Shift, New York State health insurance program, they suggested that we add a language that is to specify when an employee or a terminated employee would be eligible to start COBRA benefits. So we added the language that they suggested and that reviewed it, and that's the only edit to that resolution.
Need a motion to that?
Yeah.
Please. So moved. Second.
Good questions.
How long is the period?
Oh, so basically what we said was that upon separation, eligible employees will retain night shift health benefits the month when they were terminated, and the following 1 month, COBRA begins afterwards. Because that's typically we need that already,
Yes.
so rather than trying to get it back on
No,
night shift, it just
Yeah.
seemed like that was.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
I,
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is Scalamander Cove. This is a final authorizing resolution. Included in your package was the pilot study and the cost benefit analysis. Just to remind everybody, this is a project that's slated for the north side of Middle Country Road. It is a 96 unit housing residential apartment complex with amenities. They have agreed to 10% affordable and 10% workforce units. It's a $35.5 million project, and it'll have 1.5 FTEs. They're requesting sales tax, mortgage reporting tax, a 15-year pilot. We had the public hearing today. There were no comments. I want to just point out that our cost benefit analysis that you saw in your packet is a new cost benefit analysis. This program has been updated to now have a place to consider housing. So one of the results of that is that when you see ongoing / operations, the direct jobs, instead of just the 1.5 full-time equivalent that he's going to have, they're going to have at this facility, I think it says 25. That's because they're taking into account the people who are going to live there and their household income and the amount of money that they're going to spend in the local community. And they're considering that money is direct jobs. I think I would have read it differently, but that's how the program is set up. So I just want to make sure that you're aware to that. So when you look at it, you don't think there's going to be 25 employees at the facility, because that's not.
well, I think there's a Lisa, I think there's a difference between direct jobs and direct economic activity.
I agree with you.
Those are two different things. And I'm not arguing, and I think I agree, obviously, that the people who are going to live there are going to spend a lot of money in the local community. Of that, there is no doubt. And if that equals a certain number, we should include that number. But I don't think we should say, or he'd say, we're going to get all, 25 jobs, because clearly we're not getting 25 jobs.
This is my first run through with this new cost benefit analysis. I'm happy that they included the housing component to it, because I think that
Yeah.
it was awkward forcing that into the old program, but I do think this is a little bit problematic. I'm gonna give them a call and just try to understand. I think they could easily just shift that over to indirect jobs and it would make much more sense.
Yeah,
So, unless maybe I'm misunderstanding it, but I double checked it and I watched a video where they explained how to use it. And they said clearly that that was not going to be the number of jobs that were direct to the project. And they were viewing it as jobs that were directly a result of the project, because I move in and I'm gonna then go to the supermarket to
It's just like
buy.
any other place.
Yeah.
When
Right.
there's substitute.
right.
Those are
Right, but I don't,
indirect.
but what you don't want to have happen is at the end of the year, somebody counts and looks for the 25 jobs from this project and we can't find them. That's the worst possible scenario.
MRV, the MRV group. And they've been very responsive and good to work with. So I'll give them a call and express our concerns. And I'd be surprised if we were the only people who thought that was.
Yeah, I would
bit.
think so. Right. Okay.
And I bet you a lot of people, it's a brand new program, and we might be one of the first organizations to use the housing component of it. So we might be doing a test run for them. So that aside, I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out to you, because that is how it stands right now.
This project's been
have-
kicking around 4 or 5 years.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the guy coming in?
We were upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that gentleman.
Yeah. So,
I'm
And
Older
then
than
they
I was out.
and that permission to go on the road, because aren't they supposed to connect it with
Yeah, I don't know.
concern or whatever that other project
Yeah.
is?
but yeah, for the septic.
Yeah.
Not that I.
That doesn't mean that they don't necessarily
Right.
have it. So,
To that effect, I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
Frank, Rebecca, any questions?
Yeah, I'm so confused with this formula here.
don't worry
Well, she's
about
gonna
that.
come back.
formula.
She's gonna-
Let's set that aside for a minute.
Yeah.
That was an aside because I have to do a cost benefit, and this is the program that we have, and that's something, it's brand new. We'll work out the kinks with it. The project still stands that it's 1.5 FT. That's what our agreement is gonna say. Yeah, so,
Okay.
I just didn't want you guys to see that and say,
We could read my truck.
Yes.
what kind of a housing project has 25 employees? It's just not.
No,
And the funny thing is that if this wasn't a project, if this wasn't for housing, it would have just shown the however many employees were at the facility, just
it
because
should
it's
act
housing.
because of that, sure.
Yeah,
Right.
so.
Okay.
And it's one of the first ones. they did.
Motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just go back to a comment that Wakabi was talking about with the Gyrodyne project. The MTA has to purchase their piece of that by, what's the date? There's a date this spring, otherwise they lose it for 5 years. No?
You asking me, Fred?
Yeah. I thought under the capital plan, they didn't approve it by a
They're
date this
supposed
spring.
to approve it by the spring. I mean, they do have an agreement with the land bank, the county land bank, which, as you know, owns the Lawrence Aviation property. And they do have an agreement to purchase the 25 acres to be used as a yard. Whether they ever build it is a different question, but they're gonna buy it to preserve the opportunity to build it. But my understanding is that is moving forward.
Okay,
And then part of it, of course, is going to the solar farm, which we discussed previously. That is also moving forward as the all the buildings are now coming down.
I think they're down actually.
I haven't been on the bike path lately, but the last time I was there, they were coming down. Maybe they're all down now.
Okay, thank you, everybody. The next item on the agenda, JCAT, that resolution already passed. The item after that is Williams Realty Holding Group Interstate Mechanical Services. That is, They have just asked us, that's 355 Sills Road, they have just asked us that they want our approval to refinance their money, there's no additional money. Howard, do you have anything you want to add to it?
But there's no mortgage recording tax benefits they're seeking from us. And they're refinancing for the purpose of lowering their interest rate.
Which is always good.
Yeah.
It's still very high.
Yeah, yeah. But lower.
Yes. I was surprised by the numbers though.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
The next item on the agenda is integrated structures. This is for Pinehurst. When they came to us originally, they contemplated that they would add on to the facility. They are now adding on to the facility. They're not requesting any additional benefits, really, your consent to the addition to the facility. The additions they're putting on.
No additional benefit.
Yeah.
So moved. Second.
Mitch,
Okay.
any questions? Mitch, you heard it? You
Who
okay?
is the- Yeah, oh, yes, yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Blue Point Brewery, Tilray, they are seeking board's consent for an internal corporate restructuring. At Tilray, the org chart was included in your packets. Any questions?
Motion,
So moved.
second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next item on the agenda, chugging along, is Ron Hub. We have a resolution because we are getting ready to close, I guess to sell the property or property to Tech on Thursday morning. So we need a resolution. Either me or Fred to sign the documents. Oh, we got it.
Came while we were there.
Okay, so I have the documents now, so that's good, so we can sign everything.
This is one that's gonna be in our name for about a second and a half.
It was the out on Thursday. They wanted us to do all kinds of
So
things,
moved.
stuff like. give notice.
So our name now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
was
Okay.
it best, it was in your name, been in your name for
You get the
about
money?
2-3 weeks.
Where's the money?
Yes, right?
We
Right
had,
through.
we had the money before we started,
Yeah,
I'm kidding with you.
Yes.
so Lisa, you'll have to.
Just as quick as that.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
The first advance,
Questions?
owing to the phase 2.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That Diet Coke, Mitch?
Of course.
It keeps it flowing interesting. So, yes, they give it to them. On the day of that.
Oh, okay. Okay,
This is-
So we have excellent.
yes.
Lisa,
Yeah.
You said the Blue Point, restructuring.
The management.
Oh, the org chart isn't in there?
No,
I didn't
see it.
We'll
send it.
Just send it separate.
Okay, yep.
Yep,
I
no problem.
apologize, I thought it
Did
was
we
in
vote
there.
on the one?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, the mission statement and measurement report, we are going to do that at our next meeting. Just an FYI, we received our 2024 bond allocation. It's $10,175,393. So it's been quite some time since we've used it, but we do have it in case anybody wants a bond project.
Right.
Okay.
Has it AOE? Yep.
Yes. So that's just an FYI. This is a reminder, please do I'm harassing you to do your sexual harassment training. Please complete your training. If you need that link sent to you again, just let us know. It's under an hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
Good plain work.
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
That voice is so boring. That guy's voice.
And he reads so slow.
I-
The whole thing, just let me click
I
that.
don't, you can't.
No, you can't.
I do the same thing. My wife says, you read quick. I said, my eyes.
And then next meeting is the 26th.
26th.
26th at,
noon.
12 o'clock.
Yep. Do we need a
Can
motion
send us-
for the 26th at noon?
We already did that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
did.
did in the LDC.
So moved.
You said-
All those in favor of having the meeting on the 26th, of the 27th?
So moved.
All
All
in
those
favor?
in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Need a
Lisa,
motion?
Lisa, before you go, Lisa?
Wait,
hello,
Howard,
Oh,
yeah. Did you want to mention anything about the discussions we had regarding pen fabricators and United Meat? I thought you wanted to say something on the record. No? Okay, I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
You're the first.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry,
second.
Gary was the
Gary
first.
was, I'm
Okay.
first.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.